No one wants to talk about race, because if you say something, like if I talk to you, I want to ask a legitimate question about what it was like growing up with your background. There's this fear, well, I don't know, he might think I'm racist if I ask that question. And that fear actually prevents the conversation. So then my prejudice just sits there and it just festers rather than ever getting out. And I actually think this is a place where Christianity can help in its truest sense, in the sense that if you believe that you're a sinner, so Christianity teaches that we're all less than perfect. So when I say sinner, I'm saying less than perfect. So if we're all less than perfect, if you call me a racist, well, I already knew I was less than perfect, so you're not really damaging my self-value. You're just really calling me a sinner, which is what I should have already known about myself. And so I should be able to walk into a situation realizing that I'm less than perfect and have the open conversation, because you're not going to damage something about my value. I get my value in the fact that, you know, I have a Savior who died for me, not because I'm perfect. And if you can have that humility, I think we can actually have these discussions about race and other challenging topics with open and honesty, rather than now you have to put up a mirror because you don't want to be called a racist, you don't want to be called sexist, you don't want anythingist, you don't want to be called any of those things. But we need to have conversations in those places where it's murky, where you could get hurt, in order to ever really move past these things. And in many ways, I think we're in a worse place than we were decades ago, where we were confronting the issues. Now we just don't want to talk about them, and so everyone just harbors their prejudice and just doesn't talk about it, because the last thing you want to do is be labeled one of these things, and certainly not publicly. That would be even worse.